guys, what's going on? This is Drop the Mic Live Mic, and I am Shannon aka China Black 007. Okay, and it is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So for all of my new followers, I want you guys to understand what this platform is about. Okay, this is a platform that I would consider a safety net. It is a platform where we discuss all types of candid conversations that are either swept under the rug or not swept under the rug. Okay, but most certainly this is a platform for people, places, and things to come together and to understand that we are all either going through the same thing or we can relate to each other. All right, we are solution based here, and this is what we are doing. For all of my old followers, y'all already know what time it is. Okay, I want you guys to go and share this link with any and everybody that you know. All right, I want you guys to share this link with the people that you like, the people that you don't like. All right, you can definitely help someone by one message alone, and this is what we are here to do. On tonight, I have a special guest with me, guys. Some of you may know her, but some of you guys are about to get to know her. Okay, get very familiar. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I am Tyra Unfiltered. I am happy to be here, happy to be a part of this platform, one message at a time.
Yes, yes. And I just would like to say that Miss Unfiltered, that is the perfect name for you. Okay. Yeah. That is the perfect name for you. All right. Tonight's conversation, guys, has to do with no access, and it has to do with when we decide to cut people off. Okay. I seemingly think that there are two type of people in the world. The people who decide we need to cut you off right now, and the people that decide I'm just going to give you a little bit of string or a little bit of leverage to basically hang yourself before I cut you off. Okay. And we're going to figure out tonight which one are we. We're going to figure out tonight the behaviors behind cutting people off, behind the no access. We're going to figure out some things in regards to is no access the same as cutting people off, and all of the things that surround those things. Okay. We are seemingly a community and people these days where if we can't tolerate something, like we're cutting you off, right? And we also are seemingly in a community of people who don't know the expiration dates of relationships. Okay. So with that being said, I got some questions for you tonight, Miss Unfiltered. I got some questions.
All right, I'm ready.
I got some questions. Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's get to it. All right.
Let's get into it.
First question that I have for you: do you think that cutting people off and no access is the same thing, and why?
I don't. I think it is the same thing. Cutting you off means that you're done, finito, no access, no more. No communication, no monthly check-ins, quick text message. Hey, just thinking about you. If we see each other in public, of course, I will be cordial. Hey, how you doing? And keep it moving. So for me, cutting people off is no access at all.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. Okay.
What about you?
I don't believe. Well, I don't know. Like, no. Let me say something. Let me just be clear. I definitely agree with what you're saying. Okay. However, I have experienced a different side of both of those definitions, where I would cut someone off, but still allow them access in certain areas, or I would allow no access in certain areas, but cut them off. Now I know, I know that's pretty much the same thing. Yo, hold on a minute. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
All right.
So now, yeah, so I don't know if that's necessarily the same or not, but it would be situations in my past where it was like, okay, I know that I can't deal with this person like this, right? So basically, like, I'm cutting you off from certain areas of my life, or whatever the case is. Like, kind of like setting boundaries, if that makes sense. And then it would be like, but in my mind, like, you're cut off.
Well, cutting a person off doesn't have to, and I just read it, doesn't have to be permanent. It's like they have limited contact. You creating the distance between you guys. So I guess, but for me, out,
It's
done.
the same
I
thing.
choose peace over people. I move in that direction. Peace over people.
I like that. I
Yes.
really like that. Yes,
And I haven't always been this way. So with that being said, I think for me as I've grown, it comes with growth. And then I think I have a lower tolerance now to deal with certain things. Once
yeah,
I recognize what peace is and how it feels, I don't ever want anyone to disrupt that. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, and I always want to make sure that I'm in a good mental headspace because some people can disrupt that.
absolutely.
Yes.
I think that depending on the situation, I have more of a high tolerance, and I don't know if
Okay.
that's the thing, right? But when you speak about tolerance, I'm just figuring out in my head that that's what that is, that I have, right?
Mhm.
Where I allow chance after chance, or have allowed chance after chance. We're speaking past tense, where I have allowed chance after chance after chance, or whatever the case may be, before I make the decision that, okay, you're not getting any more access,
They don't
right?
deserve access.
They don't deserve access. And I think that, um like, it comes from me having this weird understanding that people are people. Like, people gonna be
People are
people.
people.
Like, people going people. You know what I'm
People
saying?
gonna be.
So, people going people. Not to say that you shouldn't have high expectations, not to say that you shouldn't have any expectations, not to say that you should not be holding people accountable, nor have boundaries, because I have boundaries, I hold people accountable, all of the things. But I think that in the past, while I've allowed people to linger longer than some would allow people to linger, is my high tolerance for this weird understanding that people are gonna people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't take my advice. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I, and,
So,
and that's no right or wrong. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer.
you
Because you
know,
may have people that say, I'm like Shannon, like I totally understand. I just don't think that I would be in a good headspace to do people are going to people and you're going to keep doing these repeated patterns to me. Because there comes a time where, and I don't like people to get me out of character because I've worked so hard
right,
to the woman
right,
that I am now. So I think
right.
that also goes with why I go that direction of cutting them out.
Absolutely. And that's a real thing. And to your point, there might be some people that are like, I'm like Shannon, but at this point in my life, I'm like Tyra Unfiltered.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, yeah.
I'm like Tyra Unfiltered. I don't like, I am protecting peace over people, for real. Okay. And that is still with the understanding that people are going to people, right? So with that being said, what are some reasons that we cut people off?
Some reasons that I cut people off is lack of accountability. I'm so big about accountability, and as I interact with people, people don't know what accountability is. I don't know if they don't know or they just don't care.
Right. Both.
Um, Manipulation, Oh God. Repeated patterns. If I tell you how you made me feel in a certain situation and you disregard my feelings and you continue those same bad patterns, you gotta go. You have got to go.
You do.
Um, I had also with the manipulation is when people like to flip things back on you. Um, I don't deal well with that. I've
Mm.
experienced that in my past, and
Psychological mind games.
it's that
Hmm.
mind game situation. I
Yep.
can't. I don't have time for that. And then disrespect.
Yes.
I'm not gonna put up with disrespect. I'm not gonna disrespect you. Don't disrespect me. And respect is high on the list of, I guess, attributes. I don't know if that's the term. That's like that should be number one, right? Like
That's heavy,
number
heavy
one.
on the
That's
disrespect. Heavy on
yeah.
the disrespect.
So when I see that you are very disrespectful, even when I call you out on it and you continue to do it, you
Mhm.
have got to go.
Yes.
You have got to go.
Yes.
And then another thing that I have cut people off is when I am in your space and you make me feel worse than I
Right.
came to you.
Right.
You gotta go.
That's big. Like that's universal. Everybody says that. So that
Yeah,
right there is a big one for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, drama, continue drama,
Yes.
continue drama. I can't and I won't.
Right.
You gotta go.
Yeah. It definitely sounds like being in a different space is just not, it can get you cut off.
Yeah. And I've tolerated, I guess, a lot to get to where I am now. Like, it's okay to not let people have access to you because I feel like I'm an open book. Like, when
Mhm.
somebody really gets to know me, I am an open book. You know every aspect of me.
Right.
And to me, to be a part of that is valuable because it's me. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? So, so clock that. So
Yes.
when you continue to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Abuse that
Mm.
access.
Heavy on
When you,
abuse
yes, when
access.
you continue to
Mm.
abuse that access, I have to stand for me, right?
Right.
And that is, you got to go. Now, with
Absolutely.
all that being said, every cutoff is cutting people off doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing because
Right.
I'm a firm believer that in this thing called life is also called growth. And sometimes you are in a different space than other people. So
Mm-hmm.
nothing necessarily happens. It's just I'm over here on the left side, you on the right side. I'm cheering you on, you cheering me on, but we just cannot coexist in the same space, and that's okay. Like, we're still cool, but we just don't have conversations or anything because we are two different people. And that's okay. And
Right.
that's also, you everybody can't go where you go, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
That is fine.
Yeah, so it's
But
not necessarily a bad thing to allow people to exit stage left.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's
Yes.
never a bad thing in my opinion. It's just a matter of, not one, two people are gonna agree to that, and that's when it becomes like a quote unquote bad thing, but it's still not a bad thing. But yeah, we're not agreeing to that, right? So have you ever cut someone off?
Oh, girl.
And how did that
You're
look?
asking that because you
And
are
how
in.
did the
Listen,
habitual cutter
yes, I have cut people off. And right now, I think that I have about 5 people. No, I'm just kidding. In my life, I'm just kidding. But yes, I have cut people off. Um, some unknowingly that they're cut off.
unknowingly? Oh my God, what does that look like? Unknowingly. What does that look like?
That looks like you don't know that you're cut off, but maybe
Okay.
you
Okay.
call and you're blocked.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then some
Unknowingly.
knowingly, where we had a conversation and we either agreed to disagree that this relationship is no longer working and it's time to exit. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, I have cut people off.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
God, it sounds so bad.
No, it
Because now
don't.
I'm thinking like,
The unknowingly part might be a little bad.
so have you ever cut
But if
somebody
you
off?
know, you know. You know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
you know.
I have cut people off. I have cut people off, some knowingly, some unknowingly.
My block game is strong.
And you know what's
Now
so
that
crazy?
is unhealthy though. Seriously.
It is unhealthy, and
Yeah.
it's even more unhealthy, right? Because this part is a form of cutting off too, but it's unhealthy for both you and the person. Um, Cutting them off in your mind, body, and soul.
Mhm.
However, still communicating. I know you never did it. I understand.
So explain.
How?
Explain. Explain.
Because the people that know, they know. Like, all right, so let me give you an example. You're a woman, and a lot of women, when they don't want to be with their man anymore, right? I'm just going to take women for the example that I'm saying right now. When they don't want to be with their man anymore or whatever, what is the first thing to go? But they still in a relationship. What's the first thing? Like, say like a real committed relationship, whether
Communication.
okay, the first thing to go when you're like done, like with this person, but you haven't broken up with them yet.
I guess it depends. This is a riddle. What you doing? I don't know.
Okay. So the first thing that we say is usually first to go, but you're still in a relationship is oh well, you said communication. You could say communication, but basically your mind, right?
Well, my mind and communication because I mute mouth. I
Right.
don't have
So
nothing.
right. We not talking no more. We not complaining no more.
No.
No, our mind. We going. We going. We somewhere else mentally while we sitting right next to you and while we sleeping next to you. Right. We're somewhere else. And then next is the body. Right.
Heavy on the body, but go
Heavy
ahead.
on the body. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing that. We don't want to do it. That's it. I ain't gonna do it. Right. It's the mind, the body. Right. And then comes everything else after. Now we figuring out a game plan how to get up out of here. So it's basically that's the same thing. What I'm saying. Like I've cut you off. Okay. So you're no longer triggering me. You're no longer like getting to me. You're no longer like you might not even really exist for real. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a different type of person. Like you're just not getting under my skin or anything like that. I'm kind of like just ignoring you.
Oh
But
wow.
you're in my space still for whatever reasons you have to still be in my space. This is for the people that you have to deal with, but you're not dealing with them no more.
Right. Right.
So you're still in my space and things like that. So like mentally I'm gone,
Physically, you're gone.
physically I'm gone, I might
Emotions is
be in a distance from you, you know what I'm
right.
saying? Emotionally and all of the things like that. So yeah, I had, when it comes to like cutting people off, it could be levels to it, but it's unhealthy though. That's an
It's
unhealthy way to
it's
go
unhealthy.
about it. It
Right.
really is. And you know what's so crazy? I'm just like really figuring out that that's unhealthy.
It's very much so unhealthy.
On tonight, I'm figuring that
But
out.
the good thing about it is you're figuring it out. Step
Right.
one.
That's crazy. Like,
Step
oh my
one.
life.
You're acknowledging step one. So my question is, have you ever cut somebody off and you regretted it? Or you
um,
felt guilty?
I felt like I didn't have to cut them off the way I cut them off.
Okay.
but I
Okay.
still did not feel guilty. To answer your question, no, I did not feel guilty, and I did not regret it. I've
Okay.
never cut anybody off and regretted it, but I
Right.
did feel like, okay, I didn't have to do it like that. That was like a bit much.
So I have cut somebody off that I felt guilty. It was a lot of emotions just going. And but when I came to my senses, I
Did you?
immediately thought about everything that was done to me. And then, like, okay, I'm okay with that decision.
You was like, let me give myself some reasons to be all right.
Well, thinking about everything,
Got
that happened. But yes, I guess I had to process the cutoff.
uh-huh.
And yeah, so but then after thinking about the why it led up to that, it was like, okay, my decision was the right decision. And today I'm okay with it. Never to return.
Okay. Do you think cutting people off have to do with them no longer having access to you or your ego?
Oh, um,
I got a big ego.
I was thinking the same
Ah,
thing. So
such a big
I feel like
ego. And I love his big
yes,
ego.
I was thinking that same song in my mind.
Yes.
So I think it depends on the person. So I feel like at
Wait a
times
minute,
my
girl.
ego,
Depending on the person.
yes, that's weird. Oh God. It's like the cutoff is like egotistical. Yes.
Okay, depending on the person, right?
Depending
Okay,
on the person, like I have got to
it is.
show you.
Yes.
Yes. But
Now
others
that's
is like
true.
others is straight up no access. But it depends on the person, the situation, whether it's ego versus straight up no access.
Okay. All right.
Ah,
So, well, why do you need to cut someone off for them to have no access to you? What is that about?
self-protection, right?
It could be.
For
It could
me,
be.
self-protection. And I did ask myself this question, and I have not come up with the answer yet. So the question was, am I cutting people off because it's like a defense mechanism? Like, I know you probably did this to me, but this sounds weird. I'm the only one that needs to process that and do some soul searching. But
I
for
think
me, it's how,
I said I think that's one of my questions. No, I'm not sure. I don't know.
yeah, but for me, it's self-protection.
Okay, self-protection from what? Like from what?
People, like, um,
Like hurting you, like being hurt.
yes, I was getting ready to say that, being hurt. If
Okay.
I feel like the relationship is draining, but more so of feeling hurt.
Okay.
Because whether you know it or not, cousin, my feelings do get hurt.
No, I believe you. I do believe you. You know what's crazy? And I think I just said this yesterday to somebody I was on the phone with. But yeah, actually one of my cousins. One I know for women, most women, some women, I'm gonna hold like most women, but the the women that I come across that are the most aggressive in cutting people off is the women who fall the hardest for love and relationships and bonds and real loyalty and faithfulness and all of the things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The vulnerability is at an all-time high. So that is like the defect of that when you play.
It is. And like I just said, that I feel I am an open book to people, and I would show people my true self, my vulnerable self.
Yeah.
And when you
Yeah.
play with that, it's
It
it's
ain't
a
going
snowball
down.
effect. I'm
Yes.
in motion cutting you out. But I just think because hurt feelings, so self-protection.
Right. Right. Okay.
And when
That
I
makes
cut
sense.
people off, typically it's repeated patterns. It's just not like for the people in the back. It's not
Right.
like you do one thing to me and I'm like, you gotta go. It's like
Right.
repeated, you are a repeat offender
You're a repeat offender.
and you
Yeah.
gotta go. But yeah, so it's not like, oh, you do something to me, you're out. Nah, I'm not like that. But
You need to
it
be
has to
stopped.
be a build up.
Yes. And I
Yes.
get that. You ever been cut off?
Yes. I
Yeah.
guess.
You been
I
cut
don't know.
off?
I don't know. I don't know.
What made you say yes at first?
Because I guess I don't know. I just feel like if we do not talk, I don't
When
even know
you
how
cut
to answer.
off. When you cut off. I get it. Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
cut each other off, right?
I mean, who started? Who stopped the talking first?
I'll be stopping the talking.
Then you ain't get cut off, girl.
But how do I know that I'm cut off?
Have you been knowingly cut off? Have you been knowingly cut off? Has someone said, hey, Miss Unfiltered, this is not gonna work anymore. I think that we should like cut communication or like
Yeah, but then yes, I have.
yeah?
Like
Okay.
I'm 45, so maybe once or twice in my life
Okay.
that I can like remember right now.
Okay.
But when they were cut, it was like I was feeling that anyway. So it was kind of like,
Right.
oh,
Right.
okay, you know what? I'm glad you brought it up because I truly was feeling this way.
Got you. Got you. I
But
think I had one situation like that. I had one situation where um the person already probably knew like they was about to get cut off or whatever because of all that was going on and transpiring between us. So they kind of just started the cutting off process first without saying it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
They
And then
just
I
want to have one up on you.
pretty much, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like they already knew what I was not gonna tolerate. They knew what I was gonna, like they knew me. Like I was not gonna tolerate that or whatever. So they just went about their business.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you
So
was okay with it?
I was very okay with it because it's
Okay.
kind of like you said, like we both already knew what was gonna happen, the vibe off of what was already happening, you know?
Got mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was definitely okay with it. But I don't that hasn't happened to me to my knowledge too many times where I could like remember.
Right. I only could think maybe vividly right now. I'm thinking about one situation.
Right.
Yeah.
And then let's keep in mind not only boyfriend and girl, not only boyfriend situations, like friendships and things like that also, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I've had friendships where I think it's just a growth thing, where we just
Okay.
into different spaces, but having a conversation about, hey, I don't want to, hang out anymore. I don't want to be girlfriends anymore. I don't. That was never communicated to me, so I'm just gonna chalk it up as
Growth.
growth. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we see each other, it's going to be like, oh, and just like giving you a whole rundown of where you've been the last year or two.
Oh, see, no. See, okay. Then when it comes to friends, some friendships and things like that, there has been, I mean, I guess like they try to like cut me off or whatever, but it hasn't been like a situation where it was like, oh, like we're not friends anymore. It would be either a lack of respect, right, which we mentioned earlier, or a lack of respect, or um God, I call it God. Because nothing transpired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like
I've had
nothing
a lot
transpired.
of
But
nothing.
it would not be a situation where if I see you in a few years, I'm like, hey, like, nah.
Well, nothing transpired, so it's like, hey, yeah, let me tell you
Well,
what I've been up to,
I
because
don't know.
nothing really transpired.
Well, you mean in your situations? That's how you would feel?
Yeah, I mean, there was no disagreement. There was no nothing, but lives. People go in different directions. Hey, hi, I'm at the grocery store. Hey, girl, how you doing? How's the kids? They're
I
grown now, or I don't know. No, okay,
don't know because
no,
I feel like you could like I feel like that can happen or whatever the case may be, and I feel like you don't have to like consider it like a cutoff. You know what I'm saying? Or like a
oh,
no access or something like that. Like if it's a
right.
cutoff or whatever, and we were like so close and things like that, and we were friends and all of the things, and it was just like a complete cutoff or whatever the case is, like I don't know. I won't say that I think something happened, and I do agree with you with the growth aspect, but I don't like people like not being considerate of my feelings. And if you are okay with us just going all this time without talking and all of the things and never talking again and whatever the case is, it's kind of like, all right, well, I'll see you, but it's gonna just be like hi and bye.
Okay.
It's hi and bye.
Oh, okay.
Let's move
You
on. Let's
funny.
move on.
Okay.
What does no access look like, and what does it do for both parties, in your opinion?
Oh, what does no access look like? Personal growth, change.
Right. And that's what it looks like.
That's it on my part. Now I don't know about nobody else because I ain't talking to you. So me is growth, change,
Okay.
simple. I value my peace over you. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. That sounds like it looked like trouble.
You think so?
No, I think, but
Okay.
it depends. I mean, like it depends. It could be that for you and something completely different for somebody else. Have you ever been in a situation where you've cut someone off and then you spent the block? So you went a time without talking to them, and then you came back and started talking to them again. What was the energy?
So I've done that. My energy kind of I'm defensive because I'm like, when will the real you show up again? And then I have to,
So that's what I mean. That
yeah.
can be how that looks for both parties or one or the other when you you know grant the no access.
Today, Tyra, I wouldn't spin a block on
Facts.
any friendship.
Me either.
Mm-mm.
That's what I
Was
meant
in
though. What I was saying earlier about the I don't know if I'm be I might just say how I'm by.
Well, it's just being courteous. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean you to pick up your phone and call me. I do
right.
believe that if you didn't have no beef and y'all just don't talk, whatever, being courteous is fine. If you want to ask me how my grandkids is, I'm going to tell you.
Right, right,
I'm
right.
being courteous. I'm being
That's the Southern
courteous.
her, y'all. That's the Southern girl in her.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a Southern girl in me. I'm being courteous. Like, hey, I'm not, you know, when they go low, Michelle says, remain high. I'm
Ah,
saying
you
hi,
right.
honey.
No, that's right. No
So, yes, I believe in being courteous, but today's Tyra, I'm not spinning the block on no relationship. Again, and I keep using this word peace. I value my peace.
That's
Peace
right.
to me sounds or feels like me sitting on my deck on a sunny day drinking lemonade.
That's right.
That's
And that is
peace.
peace. That is peace
Yes.
for sure.
No, you hear the birds chirping, the squirrels running. That's peace. I don't want to hear a bunch of yah, 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 rah, rah, rah. I don't want that.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, I'm not spinning the block on no relationship,
I ain't
a
spinning the block.
romantic relationship or a friendship.
That's right. And here we have said it. Don't spin the block. Don't do it.
Well, somebody did tell me spinning the block put no
other
seriously.
people in the back. We are spinning the block.
No, I'm not spinning the block. But I had one of my, and it was a male who said, well, necessarily spinning the block, that relationship may not show up the same as you when you
Good
cut
and
them
bad.
off.
Good and bad too.
Yes, but I'm not taking a chance.
I'm just saying, if God tell me to do it, then I'm gonna do it. But if He don't tell me to do it, other than that, I'm not doing it. He ain't tell me to do it yet.
Why did you bring God in? I'm like, oh God, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I was, and that really resonated with me when the person told me that spinning the block doesn't necessarily mean that that person will show up like the same person that you cut off. Again,
Me
I don't
like
want to
a
take the
good
chance to
thing.
find out.
Road. Okay, okay, like a good thing.
A
Okay.
good thing, yeah, a good thing, definitely a good thing.
But that's why God would have to tell me, because that's the only how I'm not gonna miss my blessing. If He be like, listen, He the one. Because if not, you gonna miss your blessing.
In my mind, I'm just talking about Tyra's mind. All I see is what transpired. That's it.
So are we listening to the friend or not?
I'm not listening to the friend.
All right, we're not listening to that friend. That friend, we're not listening to that friend. All right.
But he made a good point.
He right, right. That was your
Right.
point in saying that. He did.
Yes.
And he did.
Yeah.
He did. Um, cutting people off when upset often acts as a temporary protective mechanism, but it can permanently damage relationships by creating insurmountable trust barriers. Okay.
Hmm.
Ending communication, fostering long-term isolation rather than resolution.
Yes.
Thoughts?
So I definitely agree with that because you just put that person in a place where they don't feel safe. What did Carly B say? Well, that song made me feel. How the song go?
Safe like
Safe,
you.
safe, you.
Like you.
Yes, I don't think that you can go back when you do something out of anger. It's hard to repair that relationship. Tyra today has learned that because I've done that. I cut people off in the midst of me being upset or hurt. You cannot repair that situation ever. Even if the person says, "Okay, I forgive you," it's still in their mind. They're always going to think about that moment where you made them feel safe, not like
Like you.
you. No, I
Right.
said not
That
like
is
you because
so
you didn't make me feel
real.
safe.
Okay, right.
Right. So
Oh my God, that is so true. That is true. That is 100%
it's
true.
very
Like,
true.
it is so true, so you really have to be mindful of those things and like really stand on business if you're going stand on anything, because that is the truth. Um, this is why a part of me, it's not like I'm allowing whatever to happen from whatever, but this is why it's kind of like I exhaust all of my resources, so to speak.
Okay.
Because when I am done, I am all the way done. And whatever way that I'm gonna be done, I'm not gonna care. But I want to also be very accurate in what it is and how I'm operating and what I'm doing, and I'm true to it, and I'm standing on business. You know what I'm saying? There's like nothing that's
Right.
gonna change my mind. Even if you come back with your examples and your stories and your this and your that, or whatever the case may be, I don't give a damn because I know I tried A, B, C,
You
D, E,
try A, B, C, D, E.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. You know what I'm saying? I tried, and it did not.
So
So
when someone is showing you repeated patterns, what what do you do in order to what do you do in order to communicate to that person? I guess it's just what you're communicating. Are you communicating every instance where they're doing something to you? Like what is your process up until the point of you saying this is not working?
Yes.
It's
I,
over.
I am very transparent when it comes to how I feel. And I have been intentional about expressing myself right, not
Right
like
when it's happening.
right in the place at the time that we at, but as soon as I feel it, I'm not letting a day go by without expressing it.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. Um, I and you can take that or leave it, but I'm getting it off my chest. You know, and I'm also leading with intent as far as like with love and trying to get you to understand what I'm saying as opposed to just venting. um I'm learning to I have learned to articulate myself in a way where you can receive what I'm saying. It's not about just what I'm saying, but I need you to receive it. Now, once again, whatever you do with that information, you do with it. Okay, because you can receive it and still not give a damn. That's okay too. But as long as we have an understanding that I have articulated, I'm lagging. As long as we have an understanding that I have articulated what it is that I'm feeling and you understand what I'm saying, right? We just gonna move forward. Now, what you do with that information determines whether or not we're gonna continue on.
Okay. Well, I would like to start practicing that process that you have because I'm not always doing it with love. And with me, see, I'm a processor. So I have to process what you just said and then how that made me, I have to process all of that. So I'm gonna have to come back to you anyway.
But I think that's okay. I really do, because at least you know when you come back, you're coming back with clarity.
Clarity. Absolutely.
You're not
And I have to work on the doing it with love
you got to work
part.
on doing it with love part.
Mhm.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, and you know what? Just to give you a little suggestion on that, the doing it with love part, you really have to understand that like 90% of the time, the way people treat you has nothing to do with you. It's just unfortunate that you are getting that treatment, but it has nothing to do with you. So what I've learned is that because, and not to say that you're not doing anything wrong or to them or whatever, however they see it or look at it or whatever, but I've learned to not take things so personal until I know for a fact that you have something personal with me.
See, I take everything personal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. No,
Cousin,
I'm not saying that I know you do, but that's basically
but
what
you
you're
know I
saying.
do.
You saying that. You saying that. Like, listen, I'm handling it like this because it's personal for me. Like, and that's what
And
I'm trying
I
to
feel
do.
like, and I like the way you say that because I feel like because I take everything personal, it might come across as being a mean girl when I'm cutting a person off. Yeah, you want to agree.
No, not really, because the thing
No.
is that I feel like when you cut people off that don't want to be cut off, regardless, they're gonna take it personal. So that doesn't mean you're being personal, though, if that makes sense.
It does.
Now, I don't mean you being personal, but only you know you're being personal. Like, don't play with me. Moving on. No access. Having no access to people when you are okay, we just let me see. Okay, no. No access, right?
Hmm.
That was actually the last one that I read was actually the definition of cutting people off. But this is
Yes.
the definition of no access. No access. Having no access to people when you are upset creates a cycle of isolation, once again, leading to emotional detachment, deep seated anxiety, and severe trust issues in the relationship.
I agree. And all of that is considered emotional overload.
Period. So stop
Period.
cutting people off.
All of that is under the umbrella of emotional overload.
Can you cut access and cut someone off and then spin the block?
Why are we still talking about spinning the block?
Because that was because we answered that question before I asked the question. That's why
Repeat it again, because I got the process.
I said, can you cut access and cut someone off and spin the block like all at once?
Isn't that dangerous territory, though?
Hell yeah, it's like being in a military base.
I know that is so dangerous, and oh, that's dangerous.
Absolutely. I don't think you can do it though. I don't think that you can really do it. Like,
I,
so that question was really like, just to break it down, it was really more like, do you really, and you answered it earlier, like people are never gonna forget what you did when you cut them off and how you make.
no,
So basically,
no.
that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think you're gonna still have access to somebody after like cutting them off and cut?
Unless they are a crazy fool, it's going to be no. And even if they say yes, that I'm thinking, what's your hidden agenda?
And it's always a hidden agenda, girl. We
It's always a hidden agenda. Be here,
always,
girl.
yeah,
Yeah, so I wouldn't even tread on those waters because it's just dangerous territory. Somebody is liable to, you laughing at me? Somebody is liable to really have an emotional breakdown
crazy.
once it's all over and done with. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even do that. But
yeah.
some people do it
Some people do
all the
it,
time and repeat it and repeat doing it.
and they crazy.
They like living on the edge.
Yes, yes. They have
I like a
alternative.
little bit of edge, but not that edge.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't giving
So
edgy.
no,
It's giving the edges.
no. For me, it's a no go.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely
Hmm.
agree. So for the last 10 minutes, we're going to challenge ourselves today. Okay. We're going to challenge ourselves on the opposite end of things. Okay. So, what are some healthy alternatives when it comes to cutting people off? Let's think of some things.
Uh,
This is a challenge. This is a challenge. Take your time, girl. We got a little while. Take your
no, because I,
challenge. Yes.
um, setting boundaries.
Yes. Setting boundaries for 10 points. Let's go. I'll add to that.
This is
Not
so
only
hard for me.
I'll add to that. Not only setting boundaries, but setting clear and firm boundaries. Okay. We set boundaries a lot, but a lot of the times we either don't stick to our boundaries or people don't respect our boundaries. So we have to be very sturdy and firm with our boundaries. So yeah, I'm adding on to that.
So yes, boundaries and I'm trying to think.
So,
Um,
one of the things I had was um reducing conflict.
you know what? I was thinking about that.
And I know people are probably saying to themselves, like, well, how are you going to reduce conflict if it's the other person or whatever the case is? Um, The picking and choosing your battles is a real thing.
Oh God, you sound like my mom.
Yeah, you got to for
She
real.
has, yeah, she has, she tells me that all the time.
Yeah. It's a part of being it's a part of your peace over people. It is. It's just not the part where you cut them off. But it's the part where you still dealing with them or you choose to deal with them, but you are protecting your peace over them. Absolutely. Listen, if two plus two, if you want to say two plus two equal five, baby, it is five. It's
But
five.
it's not.
It's not.
I know, yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
It's not for real. You know what
But
I'm
no,
saying?
all jokes
Like,
aside, I totally, yeah, you have to pick and choose your battles.
you gotta pick and choose your battles, and that's not to say be a pushover. Or I think the example that I just used was a little drastic because it's not for real, and you still have to hold people accountable. So that's what we were talking about. Um, However, I will say that if you are in a situation where you find yourself going back and forth with a person, but you are mature enough to find no resolve in this conversation, no purpose in this conversation,
Sometimes it's best to leave things
yeah,
unsaid.
like agree
Yeah,
to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's kind of like if you are the one to initiate that, or even if they the one to act like they initiated, it's like, okay, cool. You know, like that.
I
Um,
agree.
and then we have protect your peace, which we were just talking
I
about.
love
While
that.
being
Yes. You
accountable.
always have to protect your peace. Um, and there was one other thing that I had in my mind, but I missed my thought. It'll come back to me. What about, I was going to say something about, like you were saying, that you have to have, well, I guess having those clear boundaries also is clear communication. You gotta be able to communicate with that person. Like, I know a lot of, for me, I used to shut down a lot. That's
Okay.
not that's not healthy either.
I'm glad you
You
brought that
sh-
up because that's not something
Mhm.
we discussed tonight, and that's a big deal.
Yeah. You
Deal.
shut down and that's not fair to that person. You shut
Right.
down, you cutting them out. That's not fair to that person. I think everybody should at least get a fair chance and you to explain to them what they have done.
Right. So, do you think
That
that
goes back to the unknowingly cut off. That's not right.
right, right, right,
Yeah. Yeah. You got to communicate with that person. Even
e-
if they don't receive it.
even if they don't receive it? I agree. Do
Yeah.
you do you initiate the conversation, or do you wait for them to initiate the conversation?
Again, for me, it just depends on the person. I'm going to speak for example. I have initiated a conversation.
To
I
let them know,
did.
like, I'm cutting you off. You initiated a conversation to let them know you're cutting them off.
Yes.
Okay, you go, girl.
It
Okay.
wasn't easy.
Uh huh.
You know how you text and then you delete it, and then you text and then you delete it, and then you text and then you read it and you send it. And you like,
Oh God.
but in that situation, there was no response back.
Mm,
So
okay.
that no response is an answer.
No response is the answer. Absolutely. They didn't receive it. They got it, but they didn't receive it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now we are coming to the final hour. I love what we have done tonight. If there is anyone out there who is dealing with this topic of conversation, I hope you definitely got some insight, got a little bit more familiar with the behaviors, how to deal with them, even how to go about having these hard conversations, because that's what it's really about, right? And just knowing how to set healthy boundaries, how to protect your peace, um so on and so forth, right? Is there any advice you would like to give to the viewers, the people listening? Is there
Yes.
anything you can add, subtract, all of the things, get jazzy
The
with it?
only thing that I have to say is choose your peace over some of these people.
No,
That's
oh,
it. That's it. You laughing at me because
because
that's
you like
it.
over some of these people.
Choose your peace over some of these people because they're not worthy to be in your space. Seriously. And it's
Amen.
okay. Choose
Amen.
your peace. Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like I am a habitual cutoffer?
No, I feel like
No.
I feel about you. I feel that you are very healthy. I really do. Like you're a no nonsense person. That's clear as day. It's
Yes.
okay to be like that though, and a lot of people don't have that strength. So I think that that's a really good thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, some people have that strength in other areas and they dibble and dabble with that. But it's never a good thing to be dibbling dabbling, and it's never a good thing to be weak on yourself due to other people. That's never a good thing. So whatever it is to protect your peace, whatever it is that gives you that strength, whatever it is that gives you that courage, that's always a great thing. I don't think that you said a habitual cutter off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're a habitual cutter off, but you just ain't playing about yourself. And I love that for you.
No, yeah, I am a very no nonsense type of person.
Right.
And I've heard that a lot. But they gotta go, Shannon. They gotta go. They
Right. I
have
don't think
got to
that you
go.
would make decisions um or too many decisions like not really knowing what to do, like not really knowing if you're sure about this or not. You know what I mean? Like I think that if you're making that decision, then in your mind, body, and soul, like you needed to make that decision. And that's always
Mhm.
gonna be the right decision when you feel that way. When you come on that way and all of the things, it's always gonna be right. Now everybody's not gonna agree with it because who agrees with everything that everybody does? Nobody.
No one. No.
You know? So that's neither here nor there. That's why I say that. Who cares? But yeah, I think you're doing what you should be doing for yourself and then protecting your peace. And if that's the way that you go about it, cool. I just say that always have an optimistic mind, right? Because love is at the forefront. Like if we have to really like be sure of anything, we should be sure of love. Okay. And that's not to say that there's no boundaries with love, because it is. That's what love is about,
It
actually.
is.
Okay. Boundaries and challenges and management and all of the things, the fundamentals. So we should lead with love in our decisions as well. So we may not have to be so harsh. Some of the things we name harsh, or let's think a little bit more into our decision before making the actual decision. You know, understanding that this is not coming from a place of malice or ego, or things that really can kind of like mess up your decision making.
Lead
Uh,
with love.
yeah.
Thank you for that.
You welcome. And with that being said, y'all, this is another segment, season 3, episode 3. Drop the mic live mic, guys. We will see you guys very, very soon. Please share this with someone you love. Okay. Have a blessed night, Miss Unfiltered.
Same to you. I am Shannon E. Black China.
Yay.